William, if the place ends up being safe, then we might be able to bring you down at some point.
Laventha looks over to you.
Maybe Laventha will even let you ride her down. Who knows?
Laventha looks over. Well, safe the forest should be for now, most certainly. The silver dragons have a habit of getting rid of any dangers.
Well, that's promising then. Now, should we go down?
She nods. I believe I know where I can find one of them at least. Then the other one should not be too far behind in that case.
They did request an audience, I suppose.
In that case, you will fly down. Hi, Jake.
What Laurel does basically, he shows up on the railing, holding like a rope or something. It goes to the mast, then leans over and just lets himself fall. He's gotten quite practiced at this. And then sort of spreading out the wings and swooping up in a sort of breaking the fall in the last minute.
I imagine it kind of like the Batman going to glide mode.
He's basically Batman right now.
Oh, jeez.
Bollard, meanwhile, is riding down on the back of Laventha the Copper Dragon.
I am? Why? Oh,
Because you don't have a normal method of flight, so she's going to carry you down to the forest.
He has a broom.
But you get to fly on a dragon.
Which
Yeah,
would
that's
Bollard
true.
prefer?
She doesn't know you have a broom.
Also, Raphael now is not the only one who have ridden her. So that's good.
It's mainly because Bollard is good at keeping her entertained with jokes.
Hey, maybe they share love of bacon.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Laventha does like a bit of bacon.
Yeah, who
Copper
doesn't?
dragons are nice. They just like to hang out.
If anybody doesn't like bacon, then there's something severely wrong with them. I'm sorry, but bacon is like a god. Swear to God.
Bacon is not a god, that is heresy.
There is a bacon religion. It's not official, but
However, I'm going to go ahead and you can follow Bollard's token this way.
Um,
I want to go there too.
As you can see, the forest does look much different than you expect in a very cold biome.
This does not look like a cold biome at all, actually.
No. It actually feels warm down here. The air is very
It
clear.
does look... Now, I don't know what check it would be to know anything about Fae, but...
Fae is technically nature.
Nature, alright.
Oh, They are one of the only things you get on nature other than animals.
I can... Does this seem Fae? Because it looks like it would seem Fae.
You look at it partially. It shares some traits with the Fae, but I mean, it's almost like, from what Laurel can tell, possibly at some point this area, or possibly even right now, though, it doesn't feel like it. Like, because there's occasional bridges between the Fae and the real world.
Laurel will make himself ready for like weird little trips or crazy thoughts or whatever things might happen in here. Fae places tend to be kind of silly.
Yeah, Laurel's not entirely sure because it doesn't feel like you're in the Fae though. It was just,
That would be kind of scary.
at most, it's just a leak. You're thinking at most.
All right. Fae magic is leaking into this place. All right.
Arcane spells, funny enough, would have a harder time here,
Oh.
as wizards and sorcerers might be affected by wild magic.
Well, I'd keep those spells in in your mind. We don't want to suddenly alter into ferrets or something. Right then, I suppose there's no reason to land really. So well, I guess we follow Laventha.
Yep, she will fly you through the forest, seeming mostly knowing where she's going. Mostly. Yeah, she's clearly not the most familiar in this region either, but that's understandable. The very few people you think would be familiar in a half-Fae area. Laurel even sees some very rare ingredients for alchemy in here, which is quite interesting.
Ooh. I mean, we're probably not going home immediately afterwards. So, like, if William is going to go around, might as well take him for a mushroom hunt. Rare, important ingredients.
come on, William, come and help me with a mushroom hunt.
Sniff him out with your Fae powers.
He is most certainly intrinsically tied to the Fae, so...
Laurel will mark the location of these things in his mind. He's very smart. He can have a mind map.
Act as my truffle dog.
However, eventually a large clearing is brought to, and in the clearing, currently just laying, basking in the very bright sunlight, is a creature whose scales do shine of silver. Oh no! Like I started running out of silver dragon tokens very quickly. Oh goddamn, map tools! Am I allowed to reveal him? Am I? There we go. A very happy-looking silver dragon,
He's very happy looking.
just lying in the sunlight, watching you as you approach, tensing up a little bit as you come closer.
Oh, come into the light.
Love Emperor will toss Bollard off.
Don't be rude.
She'll come round. Calm down, Bargale. It's hard. These mortals aren't here for what you think. You ended up calling it here, remember? Looks over at Love Emperor. Hears for a moment, and then accepts what she said. Look at you. To which Love Emperor kind of steps back a little bit. As the Silver Dragon kind of looks over each one of you, clearly just trying to judge you a little bit himself. And then seemingly, I was expectingly, that you probably want to say something to it.
So we will curtsy and say that it's an honor and it is very nice to meet him. It's a him, right?
You believe so. You're not the most familiar on dragon physiology, but you believe it's a he.
Sounds like a male name.
It does. I suppose, as the Council of the Empire, it's good to meet you as well.
Oh, so he smiles. This forest seems very different. Can you explain it?
I am not at the liberty to explain it, but I will assure you that it only grants benefits to the local area.
So not. Fair enough. That at least gives me some. No, never mind. We heard that there were two silver dragons here.
There was a second. He is currently attending business deeper into the forest, I'm afraid.
Is something wrong?
No. It is no concern. It is no major concern, just minor duties.
Is something wrong?
He doesn't seem concerned at all.
Okay. I believe you know why we're here.
You wish to have a meeting with us in some way.
It's because of the song that dragons can hear that gives them pain.
Yes, that song. Dampened it is in this forest, but certainly not the nicest of things I've ever heard.
Do you know where it comes from?
I've been told deep beneath.
Drow?
I presume if it's so deep underground it would be Drow. Or that Dwergar.
Do you know a way to stop it?
Shakes his head. I'm afraid I have very little knowledge of this regard.
She nods. I've heard that you and the other silver dragon guards a dragon graveyard.
In a sense, yes.
We fear that that the dragons in the graveyard would be raised as minions. I don't remember. Can I get a a retelling where we got this information?
Orcas is Orcas worshipping Drow are going to summon an aspect of Orcas who will then use his necromantic powers to raise all the dead dragons. That is why they're using the song to kill all the dragons.
Thank you. I feel a little fuzzy in my head, but you explain about this Orcus and what Luna has seen. These undead dragons that will come to attack.
Prophecies are unreliable. You should know that yourself.
I know, but I would still like to make sure that it would never happen that these dragons were raised and used as minions in this way.
Do you think it is not something an aspect of Orcus, fully fledged and out in this world, could do?
Indeed.
Looks to you. What proof do you have that Orcus is responsible for this?
So he looks to Laurel and asks if he can, should tell that Laurel is able to share images with his mind, and he's what? And he saw Orcus because we had a friend who was turned into a dragon for a limited time, and with her help, we saw Orcus.
Laura will reach towards the silver dragon with his telepathy and try to sort of give him a view into the very limited part of his mind, the one holding the memory of being inside of Rithalin's mind when she heard the draconic song. And he will also then say that while doing this, that you know it is Orcus, and you're simply looking for us to confirm it, are you not? We've seen what you dragons feel and see. I do not think it could be interpreted in many other ways.
We really need to make sure that these dragons will not be used as minions and attack us.
I can assure you they will not be used. I cannot let you inspect the dragon graveyard. Olympus looks over to him. Bargale, stop being torn up in your ways. These are actually here to help for once.
We only want to make sure that no one will get hurt and no one will be used. We want peace as much as you do.
I'm afraid I am not allowed to. And as he's speaking, he suddenly gets distracted, as all of you a little bit do, by the roaring of what sounds like another dragon.
Like angry roar? Afraid?
Doesn't sound angry or afraid, just very loud.
Does it say anything? Or is it just a roar?
Some of you do speak Draconic, which is true enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're not entirely sure what the roar was supposed to mean, but you think it was probably most likely just trying to grab attention.
Well,
Sure, we'll look in this direction.
Bargale also looks in that direction as
Open the eyes in the back of my head.
it's really coming from behind Bargale, the sounded.
Alright.
Just deep into the forest. As flying through it, another dragon arrives.
Do we need to step back to make room?
No. It fits in perfectly.
who the hell is that?
Describe, please.
Well, alright. On top of the silver dragon is definitely a knight. There's no doubt about it. He's clad in armor. Although the token kind of...
If you wish to put down the picture, Halldamir, I've got some grass above. Drop it in.
My goodness. Alright.
It'll be a token when you drop it, so Dark will have to make it into a picture.
You'll have to make it big. Explode it. You basically see something along those lines. A silver dragon with a knight above it. Or
So dragon
riding
is
on
actually...
Is it wearing a saddle and such?
It is not wearing a saddle, although this silver dragon in particular is wearing some kind of, well, basic armor to it. But it's not definitely no saddle. The knight is kind of just sitting on like the gap between the plates.
Sure.
as you see it rush in, looking to Bargel.
Does it seem angry? Sort of.
It seems slightly annoyed. Bargel, really, we call these here as our guest, and the master said he wanted to see them. Looks to him with a surprise. What? Why would he? I don't know. The two of them begin just talking back and forth in Draconic for a moment, leaving kind of the knight just sitting on the back a little bit alone.
What do they say so he understands Draconic?
They are basically,
Bickering, I imagine.
in a way, it's a bit of bickering, yes.
Not
Bargel,
in front of the guests.
Bargel seemingly very surprised, while Ragnar more like insistent. Ragnar seemingly more insistent about taking you deeper inside of the forest to someone he just said referred to as the master, not exactly referred to who that is.
Or we'll begin to gauge the agings and potential abilities of these dragons. Who knows? Might be useful.
Okay. That'd be an Arcana check.
I mean, I'm standing here anyway, and it's kind of awkward, but
It's very
that
odd.
is a.
I mean, they're definitely both silver dragons, and they're decently old. You're not too sure how old, though. To your mind, they look similar, very similar in age.
Do they look similar in appearance?
They are decently similar in appearance.
Enough to be siblings?
Potentially, they could be from the same brood.
Alright then. From the names they mentioned, that seems likely. Alright, he will let them finish. He'll stand here with a dignified look. We are, after all, the high envoys of an empire. Here they are embarrassing themselves.
They keep bickering back and forth. You hear them from behind kind of make a bit of a... You know how a person would make kind of do a coughing sound? More just kind of like a low growl for a second, just kind of to catch their attention. As Ragnar looks over. Looks back. Fine. I have no idea what that old man was thinking about. As this one looks over, bowing its head. My name is Ragnar. I apologize for Ragnar's actions.
So
I'll be taking you deeper inside the forest.
So he curtsies this. Thank you very much. And let's go.
I hope he did not make you wait here too long. I came as soon as I received message of your arrival.
No, not at all.
Ragnar, you're to remain here just in case anyone else comes.
While they're talking, Laura will try to catch the eyes of this dragon knight.
Yeah, we're all just trying to pretend he's not there.
Sitting there on top. Where's his eyes going? What's he looking at?
Yes. What's he doing?
During the two dragons talking, he will say a couple words every now and again in Draconic as well. He'll look at Laventha briefly, and then move on to the rest of the group. And you can't see, as he still has his helmet on, where exactly he's looking, but you can tell that it's definitely over the group. How long he waits on each other is a bit harder to discern.
So what sort of equipment does he seem to be wearing?
Very heavy armor. You can see a sheathed sword. A shield on his back. And yeah, pretty much just very strong looking armor. It seems almost like a dark ash color. So you can see it wasn't meant to be this color once upon a time. But he just sits
old armor.
Every now and again says something in Draconic. But generally watching over the group.
Well, then,
Any sort of sigils or discernible features, or is it just really just a blackened armor?
He has on his on his chest from this distance, because he's kind of hidden by half of a dragon, you would see a gold dragon foot on the center of his chest.
All right.
Is it, what's
Like, is
showing
it like a gold dragon foot or a golden dragon foot?
A golden dragon foot or gold dragon foot? It's
Golden dragon.
golden
Is it a gold
dragon
dragon
foot.
or
It's a
gold
golden
or
dragon foot.
a dragon foot?
Sure.
Gold.
It's not of a gold dragon. It's just
Well,
colourful.
yes.
No, it's just a.
Got
It's
it,
just
we're
like
done.
a. Yeah.
All right.
But so I know
well, what
that
does that
sigil?
mean?
That would be a religion check technically to try work this out.
Oh, Lord probably doesn't know. Probably not. It's not really his thing. Maybe knighthood.
Okay. You look at it. You consider. Can't be that. Can't be. Wait.
So it's
You do know of one set of people that wore like a lot of dragon motif stuff, including like a gold dragon's foot would be which would be. It's known that while rare, there are the three dragon gods, one of which is Apsu, the exiled god, the exiled dragon. Lawfully good, basically the paladin god of dragons, who, while very rare, is exceptionally rare for non-dragons to worship. Those who do generally wear something in that kind of style.
so I will whisper that to Ballard and Laurel.
Just do it mentally. I think we can both do that now.
Oh yeah. Well, so he can't.
If nothing else, send here proxy.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was the proxy server?
Hey, you should come over here, Ballard. Don't be scared.
Don't worry, Zoe. I'm constantly in your mind. I
Love
hear
it.
what you're saying.
If Bollard doesn't move up, Love Imp will kind of like nudge him with a tail.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, we'll get time to interrogate this guy for later. Let's throw the dragon to their dragon boss.
Mm-hmm.
This Ragnar will fly you through the forest.
Sure, I'll follow him.
Love Imp will pick up Bollard.
Oh, Dragon Knight.
So we'll reveal where you're going. As you seem to approach, as I will describe, what looks like basically a very ornate-looking building. Very out of place and definitely not the architecture of this local region. Something far more akin to the Far East.
Huh. Dragon Empires.
The building it looks exceptionally well maintained, but very not visited. The doors on it The doors on it are enormous, large enough to fit giants through. As Ragnar will land, basically, politely kick the Dragon Knight off it.
Where have I gone?
I have dragged you
You're-
off this scene.
You're in the darkness with the dragons.
In the darkness.
You guys, well,
In the
as you enter inside with Ragnar's guiding you in, Vargo was left outside seemingly basically guarding the entrance.
So he's the lowest ranked dragon.
Basically guarding the entry to the forest. As you enter inside to a very beautiful, but once again still very ornate room. At the far side of which, sitting in front of a huge, almost like what looks like a glass door in a sense. So the glass is, by Laurel's eye, clearly alchemically reinforced.
Oh.
Is a giant gold dragon.
Oh.
So we'll reveal a picture.
Why, that is intriguing.
In the corner of the room,
My.
in the corner of the room, also catching your eye, they're seemingly looking away as soon as you walk in, almost like in a sulk. Seemingly a white dragon.
Is
Just
that
sitting there, doing nothing.
the one we talked to?
No, this is way smaller. Way smaller.
I don't remember how big he was.
Basically around the size of this guy.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Oh, we'll look at the gold dragon. And,
It seemingly gives you an inviting look towards it. further
I
into
mean,
the
how
room.
many big, monstrously sized gold dragons are there in the Empire?
You didn't know there was one this big in the Empire.
It's alright.
So he will.
So I have no idea who this is, or what this is.
So he will curtsy and says, "I am Zoe Flores," and she will motion to Laurel and Bullard to, say their names.
I am Laurel Arkenbrack.
I'm Ballard Bolsonaro.
It is very nice to meet you, and we are very happy that you accepted our.
Didn't they ask us?
I mean, you came seeking them, admittedly.
We came seeking them,
right.
and they accepted
Sure.
our. I don't know what's called.
Yeah.
A meeting.
The gold dragon, not moving too much, but opening its maw to talk back. I am Carvasiru, the eldest of the gold worms on this continent, and it is a pleasure to meet you all. His voice echoes off the ceiling slightly. Seemingly not intentionally, just,
Just so we know who he is now.
No. It's a giant gold dragon.
I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm trying to disbelieve it.
Make a will save.
We're all gonna do it. Let's do it.
You think it's real.
Alright. Seems real.
You think it's real.
I don't think
Well, that's not sure.
Bollard's wait, hang on a
It's
minute.
beard.
It's too big.
Alright, well, alright, well, that's an equal to Laurel, so,
What?
Yeah.
An equal.
yeah, we're equals, so that,
Okay. So we will curtsy and look at the white dragon curiously.
It kind of looks away from you.
Okay.
Oh,
Ignore his
shy.
rules. He dislikes visitors, and I think he greatly dislikes the fact this is the first time I brought humans here in quite some time. At least, well, other than him, points a claw.
We met another white dragon, but much bigger.
Oh, now you're making him feel bad about his size.
Let,
Okay,
let me guess, his sire.
Oh, he's
Oh, it's Daddy. Daddy Dragon.
it's his father. He helped us stop a blue dragon.
Seems like all the eldest are getting into. All the eldest cannot keep themselves straight nowadays.
Well, the blue dragon was attacking civilians.
Of his own choice, I will note.
and it is, as it turns out, a strange time for dragons. At
Indeed,
least that is what the Empire has had suggestions of.
What do we have learned?
indeed, this is true. Dragons have had quite the unusual affair of late. The song of the deep, trying to drive many of the lesser mad.
Is it
These two, pointing claws back and forth, would have equally fallen if it wasn't for my control here.
is it the drow who's doing it?
Likely so. I doubt the Dwergar would be smart enough to do anything of this kind.
So you know about Orcus?
It is obvious enough that he is the one committing these schemes. And most likely he has a larger agenda than just killing dragons.
We think he's gonna raise a dead army of dragons.
It seemed to pause for a moment, considering. That would make sense, I suppose. A great threat to your empire, and a threat to dragonkind as well.
A threat to everyone.
An insult. Making the young dragons throw themselves, the draconic future, throw themselves in the sea and drown, just to use their bones as puppets for an evil demon.
Do you know, has any of the dragons that has committed suicide, have they been moved to the cemetery?
As dragons die, we do our best to move all of them to the burial ground.
Is this burial ground consecrated?
It is greatly so, though Orcus's own power is unique in that regard. You could break any basic consecration.
We just fear that he is gonna raise the dragons and attack innocents, and we wish to stop him.
We'll sort of mentally try to show the dragon basically some of the details of the suggestion that of how Sylvina would sort of disrupt the necrotic magic.
It looks to Laurel, considering for a moment. Such a plan would indeed work in its local area, and should even, if it does not even stop Orcus's power, at least hinder it greatly.
So you would consider it?
Potentially, yes. Though I'll need to meet this individual first before I commit to this.
Understandable.
I'm sure she would be honored.
You are the first outsiders to wander these halls in generations.
We are greatly honored.
Is this the main concern the Empire had to bring, or was there more they were searching?
The main concern was the sanctity of the draconic graveyard, as its preservation stands to aid both of us. Another concern, I believe, would be the request or call for aid against this mounting drow attack. Even if the undead rising is stopped, they will not stop. And if they manage to summon an aspect of Orcus, then I believe both of our peoples will suffer.
We have thought of making an expedition to the Underdark to infiltrate the drow and find out more, but we all know that this is going to be very dangerous for us.
Indeed, that would be a dangerous goal. One which your lives would be at risk constantly. Pauses for a moment. I'm afraid my reach for aiding in such goals would be difficult.